President Biden has called for unity. And I agree. There are vast numbers of people out there who voted for Trump for a variety of non-hateful reasons and are very turned off by the insurrection he led against America on January 6th. They're ready for change. And we must fully embrace and unify with these folks because Joe Biden is leading a country of Americans, not only our side. It doesn't work like that anymore. And that said, unity is possible, and we get to decide the terms. So here are 10 divisive things that I never want to hear from a Republican's mouth ever again, starting with voter fraud. This is the big lie. Every Republican member of Congress knows it's a lie, and it's got to stop. Simple. It's a complete lie. Also, democracy and fairness. Right? They showed zero concern about either between November 5th and January 6th. They don't get to spout off concern about that today. Patriotism. From people who cheered the violation of our election, the violation of our Constitution. Somehow conservatives think that they own that word and that they own the flag as an emblem. Nonsense. I also don't want to hear any correlation between BLM protests and a violent mob smashing windows and looting the Capitol while on a mission to stop the election and for many to kidnap and kill members of Congress. That was the mission. And that brings me to the Second Amendment nonsense. We just met the well-regulated militia. It seems that the neckbeards didn't only need those guns for self-protection after all, did they? I don't want to hear conspiracy at all. Enough of this idiocy. Not a single conspiracy has ever proven out. They're all lies. But the GOP keeps feeding the base nonsense to make them scared because fear is a very powerful way to get both attention and to get votes. And no matter how immoral it is, they keep doing it. And this conspiracy especially includes random lies about Hunter Biden and laptops and Ukraine and China, right? You only get to care about what Joe Biden's kid did after you unwind all the lunacy from the Jarvanka Kushner money grab. Also, conspiracy, this includes the nut jobs who claim that Trump is sent by God. Man, am I sick of people perverting their religion to win political points. It's disgusting. And COVID relief and rescue money. The money to pay for all this, Trump had no plan for healthcare, he had no plan for COVID, nearly 500,000 people are dead, and the GOP wants more tax cuts for the rich. But how about no? How about no? America is, we are in a state of crisis. And if it takes a couple of $1 trillion to feed people, get them vaccinated, keep them safe, and restart the economy, well, so be it. We as a country have plenty of money for stuff like wars and bombs and tax cuts for the wealthy. What if we insisted that the uber-rich and corporations actually pay taxes? It wouldn't be that hard to come up with the money, would it? I don't want to hear about socialism. Biden isn't a socialist, and they know it. The GOP has long used that word to scare voters, right? And a giant failure of the Democrats in this last election cycle was not combating that scare word, that scare tactic, right? We need to educate people, Republicans and Democrats, and help them understand that the purpose of government is to come together as a group, as a society, to accomplish what we cannot accomplish individually. Right? We can't stop COVID individually. We can't stop it state by state. We all need to get together and handle this. If the educated scientists and the educated experts say masks and vaccines are the way to go, okay. If the paranoid yell about their freedoms and start dispensing opinions as valid advice, okay. But we need to all go with the experts. We also don't really need to put up with the word unity dripping with sarcasm from the lips of Lindsey Graham and Rand Paul and Tucker Carlson, right? I remember all of them gleefully yelling to the effect of, hey, F your feelings, libtards. Remember that after the last election? Okay, we certainly don't want to stoop to their level because we are not deplorable, but some fierce pushback is very, very necessary. And there's a new group of Democrats. They bring something to the table that's been lacking, a spine. And they bring something that they've always brought, decency. Let's unify America behind that, right? We don't need to waste energy trying to deprogram the cultists. That hardcore Trump base filled with Q conspiracy nonsense, that group is not going to change. And they prove that by storming the Capitol. But the millions and millions and millions of us who are smack dab in the middle, we matter, right? We can get together. Let's try that, shall we? I mean, this next phase of America is us against the epidemic. It's us against COVID. And then it's us for the economy. It's us for America. It's a big deal. It's a huge problem, and we can succeed. We will succeed. After all, we're Americans. It's what we do.